Welcome to a special episode of the Huddle. We have a very special guest with us today, Kevaney Martin over here. This is our mentor and professor for a long time, and one of the greats when it comes to sports broadcast. Once again, I'm your host, Ariel Meza. Joining us on the couch is Justin Young, and then, like I said, Kevaney Martin on the far side. So let's welcome Kevaney, guys.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor. It's an absolute honor. I watch you guys, so to see this setup in firsthand, I mean, I'm so impressed with what you guys got going on here.
Yeah, I mean, we learned it from you and, everyone at UNLV. So I'm excited to have you here and talk about, your journey through broadcast and everything. I don't know if I've actually ever asked you where you got started, what got you into sports journalism or sports broadcast.
Yeah, so I played basketball my entire life, and I ended up getting a full ride to play Division I basketball at Monmouth University, a school in New Jersey. Unfortunately, after 6 knee surgeries, 4 ACL tears, PCL tear, meniscus, you name it, I realized that, fortunately, professional basketball obviously was not in my future. And it was crazy because I don't know if I've told you guys this, but I didn't even major in broadcast journalism. I majored in print journalism. So I wanted to my goal was to be a sports columnist. I come from a family of writers on my mom's side, so I always wanted to be a sports writer. And then halfway through my senior year at Monmouth, someone asked if I'd ever thought about TV, and at the time I hadn't. And similar to Rebel Report, we had this thing at Monmouth called Hawk TV. So I did a really short segment on there, and it was boom, this is what I want to do. But I had 3 months, if that, left of college. So I didn't know what a reel was. I didn't know what a package was. I didn't know what a VOSA. I didn't know anything, right? So I really put my head in the sand, as they say, and really just started working. I got an internship at Comcast Sportsnet Philadelphia and literally just became a sponge, following them everywhere, going out to shoots with the Phillies, Eagles, whatever it was, and really trying to understand the industry. So, time came, I graduated, didn't have a plan. I knew I wanted to get into TV. Obviously, not knowing anything, you can't make a jump to Philadelphia, right? So yeah. I put my reel out there, and the first person that got back to me was the sports director at the ABC affiliate in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And he said, I can't offer you much, but I can offer you an unpaid sports internship. And I said, all right, let's do it. Packed up my car in New Jersey and drove to Sioux Falls, South Dakota on a whim. And again, became a sponge. I was that really annoying intern, but it paid off because in 7 months' time, I worked my way up from unpaid sports intern to fill-in weekend sports anchor. My first time anchoring on live television was Christmas Eve of that year. And so I made an incredible jump that was Market 132. Again, same process, put my reel back out there, and made a crazy jump from Market 132 to Market 4, the San Francisco Bay Area, and started working for Comcast Sportsnet California as a host and reporter for Cal High Sports Bay Area, which is a high school sports show. It's sponsored by the 49ers. So, it was incredible. I, was on regional television at the age of 23 and really started to make a name for myself. I soon signed an agent and started to do some freelance work nationally with CBS Sports Network as a sideline reporter for women's and men's college basketball, specifically the CIT tournament and stuff like that, post-game tournaments. And I was in heaven, but you guys know, I talk about this all the time, those markets, Dallas, San Francisco, New York, LA, people, it sounds morbid, but they go there to die, right? Once you get to a market like that, you're not leaving. Mm-hmm. So I was so young, and there really wasn't room for growth for me at that age. So I put my reel back out there, and my agent, helped me out, and I moved back to the East Coast to Roanoke, Virginia, and became the beat reporter for Virginia Tech football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and also Virginia basketball and football. And that was incredible. As a basketball junkie, covering the ACC on a nightly basis was amazing. And I was still doing some freelance work with CBS Sports Network, so I was able to still be national as well as local and regional. And then I was pretty much set. I was okay, I'm national. I'm covering Super Bowls nationally for Nexstar Media Group. I'm here covering ACC sports. I'm good. I'm closer to home. I'm from Pittsburgh. And my agent came to me with an offer and was like, okay, CBS in Vegas has an opening. Obviously, at the time, it's exploding. The Golden Knights, the Raiders, the Aces. And at first I was like, absolutely not. No, Vegas? I didn't know anything about Vegas. And so after talking to some of my mentors, they were like, just give it a try. Sign a 2-year contract with CBS in Vegas, and you don't like it, you can move on. So that's what I did, and here I am in 2026, still in Vegas. Obviously, I re-signed my contract a few times at CBS here in Vegas, and then In 2023, I was burnt out, guys. Like it was crazy. Like you put so much effort into your career, spend so much time, and don't get me wrong. I mean, yes, I was covering sports for a living, and traveling with the Raiders, traveling with the Golden Knights. It was amazing, but when do sports happen? I tell you guys this: nights, weekends, and holidays. Mm-hmm. So that's your life.
Yep.
You have no social life. I have 8 nieces and nephews. I only knew them through FaceTime. So in 2023, I talked to my agent and I was like, I'm done. And she's like, what? And she's like, what's your plan? It's like, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So I started to freelance. My dream from the beginning once I got into broadcast was being a color commentator. Like that's what I wanted to do. So I started freelancing. I signed with Learfield, doing Lady Rebel games, doing some NCAA women's basketball games. And that's what I still do now. But at the time, I didn't have any inkling of getting into teaching. Mm-hmm. Out of the blue, Dr. Stoker, Kevin Stoker, who we all love and adore over at UNLV, shout out.
Shout out, Kevin.
Yeah,
Stoker.
Right? Literally the goat right there.
Yeah, the goat.
I'm almost done with this story, guys. Don't worry.
No,
We're almost there. You guys are like, oh my gosh. He sent me an email out of the blue. We met once at a women's and sports panel that I was on, and he was in attendance. And he met afterwards. We introduced ourselves, and that was it. But 2 years down the road, he remembered me. The job was open at UNLV and asked if I'd be interested. And initially, I was like, absolutely not. Like, never taught before in my life. And this is the part of my career story where it gets a little cliche and corny, but without a doubt, like this is what I was supposed to do the entire time. The passion I have to see my students succeed and to be able to pour into them, because you guys know the TV industry is so selfish, know, and with my career it was always like me, what's next for me? Where's my next gig? And for now I get to have that same passion, but it's poured into you guys. And like, when you get your first job or your first internship, I mean, Zoe Salas, when she came to me and was like, I just got hired up in Washington, where she's from, I acted like I got hired because I genuinely was that excited for her. And it's so true. So it's just, it's where I'm supposed to be. And I love UNLV and I love having a little bit of, a little bit in your journeys, right? Like you guys have so many mentors and so many people impacting you that if I can have a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Influence, exactly. Yeah. On your future, that's everything. So again, and it's looking at this, and I'm just sitting here so proud of you guys. And again, that's pretty much my story that you guys just had to listen to for, what was that, a 10-minute soundbite?
10-minute post on it.
Yeah, you may have a 10-minute reel.
But, catched up the audience, who you are. And Kevin Stoker obviously has a great eye for talent, got you there. And you've definitely have been a huge mentor for all of us there, built a family at UNLV, Rebelport. I think I got to UNLV right when you got there. So it was like perfect timing. I'm like so glad that I went when I got there, because I feel like maybe if I had started there, maybe I would have not enjoyed it as much. So, Rebelport was so much fun, and still hearing these guys talk about it this upcoming semester. So that's what I wanted to get into was, being able to be an influence for us and for the next generation of journalists, what's like one big takeaway or like takeaways that you've seen of this upcoming generation, and where do you think the future of like sports and media is going to go?
I'm really excited for you guys. Just obviously finishing up my 3rd year, just within our program alone. And I may be biased, but I think we have some of the most talented journalists or future journalists in the country. Yes, there's Syracuse, Arizona State, Mizzou. You can go down the line, Northwestern, about really elite journalism programs. But I tell people every day that UNLV is a sleeping giant, and it starts with you guys. And being in Vegas, now the sports and entertainment capital of the world, and you guys really taking advantage of those opportunities, and then seeing the facilities we have. They're bar none. They rival any facility in the country, right? So, I think it's just incredible to see, starting here with you guys and the growth you guys have made over the past 3 years that I've been at UNLV has just been phenomenal. So as far as the future in general and the future for you guys, it sounds corny, but really the sky's the limit. You guys are putting proof in the pudding. A lot of recent graduates, or some of you in that room haven't even graduated yet, wait for opportunities to come to them. What I really love is you guys are going out there and you're making the opportunities, right? You're saying, you know what, we want to make a name for ourselves, and you're doing it. There's a lot of people out there that talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. So for you guys in the room, obviously the future's bright, but I think as journalists, young journalists, student journalists that are coming up. My gosh, what a fun time to be, into the industry. I think it's really important because we talk about like the digital age and citizen journalists and anyone with a phone really can break news, especially sports, right? So you have to be really careful to toe that line of, what's really journalism and what's just out there trying to grab headlines. So I think you guys have a really important job ahead of you as far as being those responsible journalists, objective journalists, telling the truth and not just trying to go viral or grab headlines. So I think it's a really exciting time, and it's an important time for you guys because of all the streams of media that are out there. And you guys have to be the voice. You have to be the objective journalist that I hope UNLV is setting you guys up for.
we're a little 50-50.
It's hard to put past the personal biases, but
Well, you can always throw those in. Those are always fun, right?
That's like the point of this type of show.
Yeah.
To have fun, talk about sports, and debate. Especially him and me are always going back and forth. And Kyle's usually here. And you mentioned like it's such a good time for us to get into this type of industry, especially in Las Vegas, with all the sports are booming here and coming soon, basketball, NBA might be coming soon. That seems like 100% thing that's going to happen. But at UNLV specifically, I always felt like you said how the industry is so selfish. It's always me, me, me. Mm-hmm. And even though, like you still got to look out for yourself. Like I said earlier, we built such a family at Rebel Report that like we celebrate everyone's like each other's successes and accomplishments. And, I've had a lot of people support me through this. Him, Kyle, Marcus have helped me so much with this show. I was ready to do the show completely by myself, and I have a whole team already who's been such a big help. So definitely, maybe you taught us that. I don't know what it is about UNLV. And like you said, compared to Syracuse and all these other schools, when we went to San Francisco for the Super Bowl, it was Kyle, me, Ricky. It was only 3 of us. We saw ASU, Syracuse, Northwestern. They all had like teams of 10 of students out there, and their professors were there. And I'm like, the professors were helping them. I think we met someone from Gonzaga, and like they were a smaller team like us, but their professor was there to help them. Right. With us, it was just Ricky, me, and Kyle driving from Ricky's grandma's house 2 hours to go to San Jose, then go back every night for the whole week. I mean, I'm grateful to have gone to UNLV and meet everyone there, and I do think it is a sleeping giant, like you said. Like we put out just as much quality content that Syracuse did. Maybe they had a little bit more, but it's because they had 7 people to go get content while it was a team of 3 of us with 1 camera. So
and I love that you say that too, because it's on you guys. Like you're the foundation, you're planting the seeds. Don't get me wrong. Like before I got to UNLV, I mean, John Castanino, who was the brainchild behind Rebel Report, he really got, the ball rolling. But, I think each year, and especially, I can't speak for the semesters before I got to UNLV, but in my tenure, you guys have like planted the seeds and really helped push UNLV forward. Like you guys have been hungry. You've been wanting to go cover the big events and really looking for credentials, looking for the opportunities. So to see, from my first semester to when we just wrapped up this semester, I mean, holy cow, the growth. And it's all you guys, right? Mm-hmm. Like I can only have so much influence. And if it's basically, I do a lot of coach speak in class. You guys kind of make fun of me. Yeah. But that's just how I think. And I look at Rebel Report and I look at us as a team, right? So, you can have the best coach on the planet, but if the team is lacking that camaraderie and that want to and that determination, you can't teach that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So for me to be able to walk into a classroom and have you guys that like want to do it, that makes my job so much easier. And then that reflects in our content.
Yeah, and it definitely was a team. Like like everyone kept each other accountable too. It was like a whole like professional job at that point. It felt like one. and
still feels like one. Yeah.
And that's how it should be. Yeah. Like I want you guys to have that real life experience, because essentially like you're toe to toe with every other local journalist in here. We always talk about competition, and I compare you guys to the 4 local stations here in Vegas all the time, and about how we can compete with them and getting the best content. And again, it's you guys that set that foundation.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks too. Like when you're looking for a job, it feels like they don't consider it professional experience. And it's like, if you guys actually saw what we were doing, that this was professional experience. Like Kyle right now is at Channel 8, and he says it's the same thing. He's doing the same exact thing, just a little bit more professional.
Right.
But like it was a couple students at UNLV. Now it's the same exact thing they're doing at all the other stations in Las Vegas and I bet around the country. So
And you guys see the reactions of outsiders coming in.
I was just about to say, like when Paloma visited,
Yeah,
she's
they're like,
oh my gosh, like what?
right.
And I feel like, you know, because we don't have the name of like Syracuse and them, people don't think that we're putting out that type of content or have that quality content. But then when you actually go see it,
right,
it's like, oh wow, like this school and this team is
and
legit.
it takes time, right? Like when you guys were there, and obviously you and Marcus are still there, but we launched Rebel Sportsnet. You know, there's no other university in the country that has a full functioning student network.
Yeah.
And on top of our Emmy award-winning Thursday show, Rebel Report. So to be able, it takes time, right? Like we're slowly getting to the point where we eventually, without a doubt, we have everything in place. It's just taking the time of getting the notoriety where, you know, we've mentioned Syracuse, we've mentioned Northwestern, Mizzou, all those top journalism schools. We're going to be right there within a couple years. Give us a couple years, we're right there with everyone.
Yeah, I can't wait for that too. But moving forward, you know.
You muted your mic again.
Sorry about that, guys. Oh no,
It's okay.
unprofessional.
They're not here to listen to you. They're here to listen to Kevin.
True. But thanks, Justin.
No, I got you.
They're always dogging on me in this.
Hey.
I mean, usually it's either me or Kyle. We're usually.
Comes out of love, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I get dogged on in class every day, and I have to remind
yeah, you
myself.
do.
I'm like,
Yeah, you definitely. I miss Rebel Report. I've been texting some of the guys there besides these ones, but like Antonio texted me, and I was like, yeah, I'm willing to help you in anything you need. I
he's
know
doing really well.
I know the
He's a
auditions
young
went
man.
on, and I'm proud of everyone coming up, and I'm excited to see what Rebel Report does in the future because a lot of us graduated.
I know.
Last semester, 20
Big-
plus of us. It's
Big
like half the class.
graduating
Yeah.
class.
So I'm excited to see new people in Rebel Report and these guys take a leading role. But moving forward real quick, I know you mentioned how like journalism, you got kind of tired because it's such a toll on like your life. Like you don't get to see your family. I was gonna say when you said like holidays and stuff, I remember on the 4th of July I wanted to go cover the Lights game, and I told my cousins like, oh, I'm gonna leave the party a little early to go to a game. And they're like, why? And like people don't understand that, you know, like when you're passionate about something, you know, you're gonna make that sacrifice. Like, oh guys, I can't hang out today. I have to work in the game. They're like, what? That's so stupid. It's the 4th of July. I'm like, that's the industry, you know, and it sucks. And I can kind of see how, you know, someone would get tired of that. I feel like, because I'm very close to my family too. So like I want to bring them with me or do stuff with them all the time. But I've seen now that you're kind of, I mean, you're still in the industry, but you know, you're doing the teacher role now, and in your off time, you're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like every day I see you post on Instagram, you're somewhere new, and I'm like, how? How is she from Australia?
Literally everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like these beautiful places you're going to. You know, where did that love of traveling come from?
Yeah, it's actually based, so while definitely passionate about the traveling, it's all based off of my love, passion, and really obsession with hiking and mountaineering.
Yeah,
all of my trips are based off of that.
Okay.
And, you know, this role that I've been in has given me more time and more opportunities to travel and hike and mountaineer. And yeah, so I think, I don't know, and you guys are former athletes, right? So when you get out of that role as a former athlete, I think we all have that innate want to compete, right? Like you want to compete. So, you know, a lot of former athletes will pick up golf, and I definitely golf, but it takes a lot of time. I think if you want to be good at golf, then you have to like spend at least
Golf's hard.
all the time, right?
Yeah, golf is hard, and it's
You can't play it
not cheap.
recreationally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would rather spend time out in the wilderness, you know, really it's interesting because when you're doing these hikes, I do like really, I consider everyone has different definitions for through hiking. I don't know if you guys are really familiar with the scene. So like my sister, who actually has 2 young daughters now, 2 and 3, so she can't do it as much, but we're both really into the through hiking scene. So basically a through hike, and there's different definitions, but the through hiking we do is we find any hike in the country or nationally or internationally that's 20 plus miles, which typical hikers would split up between 2 or 3 days, right? You hike in, you camp, then you hike the rest of it. So a through hiker does it in one day.
Oh,
so we have this obsession with finding through hikes within the United States and then internationally as well. And that's where we're competitive now, right? That's where you find that, like, when you're on the court or the field or whatever, and it's the 4th quarter and you got to dig deep. I know that sounds corny, but literally, like, when you're on the final mile of a 27-mile hike that you did in one day and your whole body's like wants to give up, you're like, just dig deep. You know, you have those internal thoughts. So
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine that. I mean,
It's more than a marathon.
dude, me running a mile is a big task in itself. I hate running more than anything. Like right now.
I'm not running these. I'm hiking.
I know.
here. Yeah.
Still, I don't think I could even do a hike more than a mile. I was gonna ask Jeff.
I think you guys
27-mile hike.
I think you guys could.
in a day is crazy.
It's
So I see where you're saying the competitive nature, like
Yeah.
like you're not really even competing with someone else, but it's like, can I prove to myself that I can do this in one day and do this
Yep.
when most people would take 2 days to do it? Like, oh, I can do this in one. You have to like
Exactly.
compete with your mindset, really.
and
with
it's
your-
kind of like, I hate to say this, but it's kind of like that bragging thing, right? So
Yeah,
like I'll
yeah.
meet other hikers and, you know, we're talking about the hikes that we did and they'll say, yeah, I summited Mount Whitney, which Mount Whitney's the highest peak in the lower 48 states. And I'll be like, oh, so did I. And they're like, oh, we broke it up between 2 days. And then I'll say, oh, I through hiked it. And then you get this kind of like,
Whoa. Oh,
There's
wow.
a
you know,
elitism
so like,
in
yeah,
the
it
hiking
sounds
game.
silly, but like, it's that little like, I don't know, but it's not why we do it. I mean, obviously that's a bonus. We just like being out there. And I don't know if you guys ever heard of the definition. It's called type B personality or type B fun.
Not really.
It's like it's actually, so type B fun is like fun that while you're doing it, you're regretting it, and then you kind of in retrospect, you're like,
Okay.
yeah. So hiking and mountaineering, it's very type B fun.
I could see, yeah.
So like while you're doing it, you're constantly
So it's
like,
like a satisfaction after.
yes,
Like,
and you're
oh,
cursing
like,
at
yeah.
yourself during the hike, and you're like, why
It's
did
like
I
the
do this
gym.
again? And then afterwards, you're like, oh my god, that was incredible. And then you're like, what's next?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very type B
I could
fun.
see that. I don't know if it'd be my type of fun, but I mean the pictures you've like shown, they look beautiful. This place is gone. What's your favorite place that you?
I get this
hiked?
all the time.
Yeah.
That's tough. The fjords in Norway were incredible.
Norway. I want to go to Norway.
Shout out Holland.
Holland.
Yeah, exactly. So I did this one trip in Europe. It was 12 different countries, but I did a loop over the Austrian Alps. So I hiked the Austrian Alps, then went into Germany and did the German Alps, went into Switzerland, did the Switzerland Alps, and then Dolomites, which are the Italian Alps. So I did all of that in a 6-day span. So that was absolutely phenomenal. My body was gassed at the end of that. I was like, what am I doing? So that was definitely special. Australia's gorgeous. The South Island of New Zealand. Oh my gosh, if you guys ever have a chance to hike the South Island of New Zealand, like it's
I'm about to start
If
with
I'm ever there.
the
Yeah.
mountain behind my house first.
Yeah.
Before I go there.
and then I
Mount
mean,
Charleston.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about a lot of international trips. I'm right at the 50 country mark. So I think I'm at 47 countries. But here in the States, I think have been some of the most incredible hikes. Our national parks, I mean, please tell me you guys have been to like the national parks in Utah at least.
Well,
I've been to the
Zion-
Grand Canyon.
Okay.
I actually don't think I've ever been. Is
God.
Zion in Arizona or Utah?
Utah.
That's Utah.
Yeah.
I've been to Zion.
Okay. And you hiked anything there?
I assume we did. I was little though.
Okay.
I go.
Aren't
camp-
you
I
guys
go
from Las
camping.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Okay. Let's step up. Let's start Utah, and then we'll go to. You've been to the Grand Canyon though, so
Yeah.
you have never been, and you're from
I don't
Vegas.
think I've been.
I hiked
to
about
Grand
like
Canyon.
3 or so miles.
Okay, so I did. My
the Grand
sister and I through hiked. It's a rim to base to rim, Grand Canyon. That's a pretty common through hike. I think that was one of our first ones. That's about an 18-mile hike, but you start south rim of the Grand Canyon, hike all the way down to the base, the Colorado River, cross over, and then hike back up to the other rim. And there's different lengths, but
I heard that gets dangerous though sometimes.
yeah, it can. It's actually this
That's why
summer.
I-
There's been some fatalities
Yeah.
on the South Kaibab. Is it Kaibab? Is that the trail? But anyways, there's been some. Yeah, it's. But
No, yeah, I think that's another reason why I don't like. I actually have a fear of heights. Like.
oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I remember we go camping every summer in Utah, like Duck Creek.
Yeah.
And I remember, my family they love to go see the view, and we went up to a mountain, like a cliffside, and I literally wanted to like lay down on the floor and not like. I have some cousins who are so stupid, like they're getting on the edge,
I
like
love
hanging
that.
up. No.
Yes.
No, I was like freaking out for them. I was like, I want to lay down flat because I have this weird fear of heights, and then everyone's like, oh, but you're so tall. How do you have fear of heights? I'm like, I think I've read somewhere that it's more common for tall people to be afraid of
Oh,
heights
interesting.
because they have worse balance because their center of gravity
Okay.
is different. So I don't know if you've experienced that. But
What's interesting is I don't have that fear of heights. Like I've been skydiving, base jumping, and there's something in my brain that I think does not register. Like, it just, okay, so I've talked to other people that have skydived, and they don't necessarily have a fear of heights, but they've gotten that when they jumped out of the plane, they've gotten that feeling of like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even have that feeling. I was just like, let's go. But where my fear is do you guys watch those videos of like cave divers and
Oh my God.
No.
Oh,
Wait,
you get-
like
Or
the
even-
claustrophobia?
Yeah.
like even talking about it? That's
Yeah,
my fear.
that is-
Okay.
I will never, ever, ever go into a cave, go underwater.
I have gone into a cave. I went to so when we went camping, there's ice caves out there in Utah, which is sick because like the way that it's angled, the sun never hits it, so it's completely frozen inside.
That's in Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, up in the mountains. And
That's
so we
incredible.
would go, and it was actually pretty sick. But I remember like trying to get out was tough because it's slippery. It's ice. Yeah. So like my uncle sent us, like we're like 7 years old going down this this cave. I'm like, dude, we could have died.
Right.
I was like, but it was fun. I mean, that was pretty cool. It was
So you
freezing.
can go in caves and tight spaces then?
Not tight space. It wasn't that tight. It was a pretty big cave, but I don't think I could go into tight spaces.
I feel like everyone has, like, what's your fear, Justin?
I'm only afraid of one thing. I'm afraid of scorpions.
Oh, really?
Oh, I've been
Yes.
stung. I've been stung by
You've
one
been
in my
stung
bed.
by?
Twice, but one in my bed where I was about to go to bed like 3 in the morning. It stung me like right next to my heart. And that was
yeah.
like, I literally ran into my mom's room like I had got shot. And
I would have
mom
done
was-
the same
Yeah,
thing.
that one was terrible. And then like a month later, I got stung in the leg while I was working on my car. That one didn't hurt as bad. But the
Bro.
one here was terrible. That one hurt. Yeah, I'm also afraid. Like I don't like bugs. I'm
You're like the
terrified of bugs.
0.11 or 0.000% of 0.10. Like, that's stung not once but twice by a scorpion?
And like,
Did you have to go to the ER?
Nah, I just went back to bed.
Yeah. No, I know you're from
I was
the.
scared too, but
Continue.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I know you're from the East Coast, but they are here, and you either have them or you don't. So if you haven't really seen them, then you're
Seen them
lucky.
from distance. I've
Yeah, we
never
have
been
them
close
here.
enough to get
You ever had
bit.
one like in your house?
No.
Okay, then you're
If
lucky.
I did, I would lose my mind.
This house is full of them.
Actually, I was
Same
at
as mine.
so wait,
No,
really?
it's not really full of them, but we've had some here and there. But we
I'm,
get
like, scanning.
exterminated. No, you're fine.
You know what's crazy is, so I've probably seen like maybe 5 scorpions in my life, always at a distance. I've seen my 5th one in Greenspun a couple weeks ago in the
Oh
hallway.
yeah.
Oh,
you
I did
see?
not need to learn
No,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen some in.
You seen them at
That's cool.
UNLV?
Yeah.
I panicked, and Jen and Sean and RT were just like,
I
I
had to
was like, what?
Yeah.
They were like, that's okay. I was like, no, we need
It
you.
is not okay.
Yeah, I don't like
It was
them
just
either, but I'm
chilling.
used to them. I just don't get near them. But and then I've heard that the smaller they are, the worse.
Yeah,
it
they don't
is.
know how to control their venom.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because the adult ones are smart, just like only
I thought it was
enough
just
to
more
like kill
potent.
their prey. No, because they're all the same species. Well,
Yeah,
we have 3
well-
species here, but we always see the same one, the bark ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, what are they
but
called?
they're called Arizona bark scorpions, and
But what's the really deadly one?
that's the Arizona bark scorpion.
It is. I thought there's
And
another
they're the
one.
most common here. They're the only
Oh, great.
scorpion in America that is potentially dangerous to humans.
Potentially.
And
It's not
then
that
they're-
bad. If that's why I got stung by, it's not that bad. It hurt. Like I could
Well,
feel like the venom like pulsating.
They're mostly
through, but-
dangerous to like toddlers and old people.
Yeah.
So we're not in any danger, but I don't
It
like
does
it.
hurt though. Yeah, no, and they're
That's
disgusting.
the fact that you just were like, going to bed.
No, I wasn't like, It was like a 2-hour process of like, I
Should
ran to
we-
my mom's room crying, and I was like, it was like a year ago, so I was 19 or I was 21.
It's a year ago.
I thought you were like 12.
No, I'm a grown man. I was a grown man. But I ran into my mom's room 3 in the morning, like, mom, and then she's like, what? Did you get shot? I'm like, no, a
Did
scorpion
you
stung
get
me.
shot?
And then she had to go into my room to kill it because I would not step
It was
back
in
into
your
my
bed?
room. Yeah, it was in my bed. And she said when she saw it, it crawled under my pillow and then went under the bed. So it took like 2 hours to find it. And like my rugs are the same color as the scorpion. So Marcus is dying over here.
So wait, and you
I
2
get
hours
really
after
uncomfortable.
that, even though you found that
Yeah,
scorpion,
we
you
found it and
still were
killed it.
just like, good night.
Yeah, but since then I have been so paranoid, and only recently has like my paranoia gone away. But like for a year, I've been paranoid of scorpions, or like, because you know what it was? It was like I've always been paranoid of bugs, and like I always feel like something's crawling on me. So when I go, to
I have that feeling right now.
Dude, so
Yeah,
when I go to
talking
sleep,
about it.
I was like, oh, I'm just being paranoid. Like I felt something crawl on me. And I was like, oh, it's just in my head. So I try to do that thing like the hike where I'm like, just if
Yeah.
you don't scratch at it, you'll be a man. Like you didn't swipe at the bug, the imaginary bug this time.
And then it was
Turns
a-
out it was a real bug this
Oh,
time.
heck
so.
no.
And then it stung me. And then when I swiped at it after I felt like a bite, I felt how big the scorpion was, and I was like, oh, and I was like, I wanted to throw up so bad. I hate bugs.
Oh my god.
Worse than
Big?
scorpions though, like
How
it
big was it?
It was like probably the size of my palm. I was like,
The size of your palm?
yeah, it was pretty damn big. I felt it, and it was pretty big scorpion.
Heck no. No.
Yeah, I hate bugs. Worse than scorpions is like cockroaches. Ugh,
Yeah.
I can't stand them.
Those are really common out here too.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Or like when we get the grasshopper migrations.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
and
those
they're
are fun.
everywhere.
Those are not fun.
It's kind of like it's biblical.
Yeah, when I'm trying to get in
Those
my
are
car and it
fun.
jumps into the car, it's like the worst
That
thing ever.
I have had that.
Ugh.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I hate bugs.
Wait,
All
how
right,
did we
we're
get
very
on
off
this-
topic.
Yeah, I was gonna say moving on.
Well, you're asking what my greatest fear was.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
But, oh yeah, I was gonna go back. So back to hiking.
Yeah.
Back to hiking.
You know, so you've been to all these great places. Have you thought about Mount Everest at all? Like China?
It's definitely on the list. I don't know if you guys know anything about that. It's like to even get a permit to hike it, it's like $50,000. It's become like this rich man's like
thing. Yeah.
bucket list thing. So yeah, Mount Everest is definitely on the list. That's for sure. Because I have I don't know, it's just an obsession. So that will be down the road, but $50,000 for one hike, like.
Yeah, that's insane.
And you have to train. Like that's like
that's
levels.
intense.
Yeah, it's intense.
I feel like you'd have to take a year off or
Yeah.
more than of
And
of everything. I can just
really
focus on that.
Yeah,
Because that's
so
dangerous.
true.
It's dangerous. Like I remember just watching documentaries on it in like middle school, and I was like, no way, I would never even attempt at it.
Yeah.
Maybe like the lower, because I know there's like levels, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can hike to
And, like,
base
there's,
camp,
like,
and then
No, I've seen videos like these. It's like it looks like straight torture.
Well,
like,
have you seen the videos that have gone viral lately of all the trash that's up there because people haven't
I
taken
think I
care of it?
did,
And
yeah.
then so on the routes, there's just backed up people. There's like hundreds and hundreds of people just backed up on the routes trying to get to the next like camp. It's way overpopulated. Like I think, I mean, obviously, like I haven't done that much research on Mount Everest, but I think they need to implement like a really strict permit system where, I mean, if it still is going to cost $50,000, fine, like that's special, right? But like it's right now, like it's a free for all, like, and again, it's $50,000 if you want to hike it. So
do you think like that permit cost, like that price point, has been put on also because of like deaths and stuff like
Probably.
that, so that less people are attempting it, and like it's more of a, if you're spending this much, you must know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're professional at it, and not just
either
risking
that or
your life
you're a
out there.
millionaire and you're bored
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm going to go hike Mount
Right.
Everest, not really knowing what you're getting into. And then that's when the real fatalities happen, because I think that's what
That's so
happens
scary.
too.
I know that also sometimes on Everest they'll use like previously dead bodies to like kind of guide you on where to go.
So I think
And
there's one famous one. She's recognizable. This is so sad. She died on Mount Everest years ago, and she had a certain color of boots, so she became a landmark, and people would refer to it, let's say, I can't remember the exact color, but they would say, once you get to green boots, you know you have this much more to go. But I think I just read recently that, I don't know where she's from, a different country, but they finally got the clearance to remove her body after like decades and decades and decades. So there's like a team going up to finally, like, it's sad. Like, can you
Yeah.
imagine if you had a loved one just like up there?
That's why I was like, if I had
Frozen?
someone, like, I'd be like, no, you cannot go. It's just scary to me. It sounds so
But
scary.
it sounds so fun to me.
That's insane. And then, you posted a video the other
Oh.
day of your phone. Were you at like the top of the mountain already when your phone fell?
Almost, yeah.
So your phone fell down the entire mountain
so
and survived?
it's this crazy story, and it's the phone I have. It's this phone without anything on it. So it fell down.
When no case on it?
Nothing. So here, the story is, I summited Mount Hood, and it's very technical. Mountaineering, ice picks,
Where's that?
crampons in Oregon.
Okay.
And so when you get to, it's like, there's chutes, right? And the chutes are pretty much like this. And you're ice picking your way up, okay? And you should be strapped in with harnesses. I didn't have a harness, but that's neither here or there. I was fine. I mean,
She's here now, so we're
yeah.
good.
true.
So anyways, the story of the phone is I was carrying it in my pocket right here, and I thought I had zipped my pocket. So I was probably 10 yards from the summit, right? I am on the final chute. I'm pulling my way up, and I hear like there's people like behind you. Like if you fall, you're taking out everyone below you, right? So you have to be in. So I hear people screaming behind me, phone, 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 someone lost a phone. And I didn't even think twice about it because I thought my phone was right here. So I get to the summit and I'm like, oh my God, I made it. And what's the first thing you do is you
It's
want
just
to
take
take
a
photos.
picture.
I
Oh,
go to reach
Gram.
in, my heart stopped. And I was like, oh my God, that was my phone. And I didn't, immediately I was like, it's gone forever. Either it's shattered or I'm never going to find it.
yeah.
So the funny story is, technically, I summited Mount Hood twice in one day. So what I did, I started to ask around, and they were like, oh my God, that was your phone? There was people that saw it below you. So I descended off the first chute. And most people who descend off the first chute continue to descend. And I start asking around random hikers. I was like, hey, super random question. Did anyone see a phone? I got a bunch of no's. And finally, this guy was like, oh my gosh, that was your phone? A girl found it like all the way down almost at the base, and she has it. And I was like, oh my. So anyways, long story short, I ended up finding her. She was back at the summit. So I ascended the chute again. So this is the second time going, and the chute's hard. Like it takes a lot of strength and a lot of like mental toughness. I find her and I'm like, oh my God, I heard that you found a phone. And she's like, that's yours? She pulls it out, and like, it was like the crate, and then this is it, literally. And if you guys can show the video of it falling,
put it up.
it's incredible.
So it was in your pocket though, but you had it recording?
Yeah, that's the thing. So luckily, I don't even know how it was. There was a video, or somehow it hit the video when it fell. I don't even know. But yeah, somehow it was recording.
No, she did it on purpose. She threw it down.
I said, oh my gosh, I really want this to
She
happen.
wanted this clip.
Yeah. It's a crazy
That's so
clip,
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy that I even started recording, and then I survived a full falling down mountain.
And someone found it.
Yeah,
in the
and
snow.
that you got it back.
Yeah.
In this, and I was like hoping there's a case on it. I was about to pitch a sponsorship, but there's no case.
Well, that was what everyone was saying. They're
Pitch
like,
to
you need
Apple.
to send that to Apple and see if they'll use it as a durability commercial, because this
That is
thing
crazy.
should be in 10
That would
pieces.
be hilarious. We saw that on like in the middle of a sports game, Apple commercial. It's Kevaney's phone falling down the mountain.
And it's like,
we're like, hey, I know
the
whose phone
tagline.
I know that
is
phone.
like,
No, that's fine.
Want durability? Get an
something
iPhone.
like like some iPhone. That'd be so crazy.
It's crazy because I've definitely shattered an iPhone, like dropping it from
Same.
like 3 feet off the
Same.
ground.
That's why I'm like, how is this possible? The amount of iPhones that I have shattered just by, again, dropping it randomly, and it's just like, I know that's broken. I look at the screen and it's shattered. Nope, that's...
I've broken every phone I've had until just the last one right before I upgraded. I just got the same phone like a month ago. And before, that was the first time I hadn't broken my phone.
Have
when I
you
traded
dropped it?
This one? No.
Okay, I was
But-
curious to see, like...
But the one before this, I didn't even have a case on it. And I would drop it here and there and it wouldn't break, or I got lucky. But like with all the other ones, every time I dropped it, it would be the same reason. Like I'd have it in my pocket.
Yeah.
I think it zipped up. And I'm eating dinner, it would slide out the back and just fall. And then it'd break just from me sitting like this
Right,
height.
That's crazy.
So it's a fall down. I mean, I guess Apple finally improved their durability.
What is
on
this,
it.
the
Finally.
16?
Is yours sick? Mine's the 16, right?
16,
The 17's coming out. Yeah. So
Crazy.
that's so crazy. So what's the next mountain for you?
Got a
that
lot
you-
lined up. So yeah, I did Mount Hood. Just did Mount Hood a couple weeks ago. Right before that, I was in South America and backpacked through Argentina, Chile, and Peru. Did Mount Fitzroy, which was a
Argentina.
crazy hike. Torres del Paine. And then I met my sister in Peru. Again, she is too young in, so she can't do as much of the backpacking and hiking. But we met in Peru and we did the Inca Trail up to Machu Picchu, which was definitely strenuous. So I spent 3 weeks, right when school let out, 3 weeks in South America in those countries. And I definitely have some trips lined up, both here in the States and internationally. So what do we say in TV? That's the T. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
They do say that.
Yeah, real quick, going back to sports, you mentioned Argentina. When we turned off the game, it was 1-0. We started recording. They won 2-1.
They did it again?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking.
That's
but-
insane. Yeah.
Was it even in extra time, or did they just get it done in regulation?
They scored
Who
in
scored?
they scored in like the extra time of
And-
the
and stoppage
regulation.
time.
Yeah.
How exciting.
90 plus 2.
You guys missed out on that for me, to record for me. Thank
I would
you.
have just been angry.
That's true.
I'm
He's
known
an
as like a
Argentina
huge
hater.
Argentina hater.
Was it Messi?
No, Messi didn't score, so I'm still okay.
Oh, wow.
But wow. So Argentina versus Spain in the final.
Who do you guys got?
Spain.
Spain.
I think France and Spain were by far like
That
our
was
levels.
the final.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much that was the final. Their levels
Yeah.
above everyone else, but
We
I
also
did think
thought that
England was
with-
much better than Argentina. So
We thought that Spurs Thunder was going to be like the finals for NBA, and then the Knicks shocked them and won.
I mean,
But Argentina's kind of
different
had this
game.
run, this entire run where they
Yeah,
no one thinks
well-
they can do it, and then they do it. So
with the help of FIFA, yeah.
Thank you.
never
Okay, you
know.
said it. I was like, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, but
I mean, I say it all the time on here. Yeah, it's ridiculous, and
That's
we'll probably
crazy.
talk about it more next week. Next episode will probably be out after the final, so we can do a full recap. But Yeah, that's insane. But going into sports, so you grew up playing basketball, right? And women's basketball, I feel like, has had a huge, huge boom. Like much more people watching now. Not just women, men are watching it. I have a funny story from when I first met you guys, like you, and we were in that, I forgot what class that was, but it was sports and entertainment class, and that's where I met Will Lewin. And hearing him and Moose talk about women's basketball, like the same way they talk about the NBA, was so shocking to me because like I don't watch it personally. I don't watch basketball at all personally, but to hear multiple people talking about it, especially at UNLV, and it's like it's gotten up to this point where it's right there with the rest of with men's sports. And for you, how have you seen that growth in women's basketball? And there's something happened recently with the Aces that I want to get into a little bit, but just the respect for women's basketball and how much it's grown. How as a basketball player,
Yeah.
What's that mean to you? Pretty
Oh,
much?
it's so incredible. I mean, I'm old enough when the WNBA started in 1997, I was at Liberty in Rockers game. So you guys don't know this. Cleveland used to have a WNBA team, the Cleveland Rockers. So I went to my first WNBA game in 97, and I saw the New York Liberty Cleveland Rockers with one of my friends at the time, and her dad, he surprised us with tickets. And I'm telling you, there was maybe like 500 fans in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
There was, no one cared really. And to see, it's just so, it's so special to finally, these women, I mean, they're making headlines. They are leading off shows. They're, it's incredible just to see the growth, to see all eyes. I mean, I go on my X account or Instagram, and yes, there's echo chambers. You create your own echo chambers, but to see, the WNBA going viral, and even college women's basketball, everyone's talking about them, right? And I don't, I'm obviously biased, but to see what Lindy LaRocque has done at UNLV for the Lady Rebels, obviously, just how much they win and championship wise, but the excitement around town for them, and to see the pavilion, they get so many people in that building. And so here locally, and then with the Aces, like you said, what Becky's done there, and obviously Asia and Chelsea and Jackie, and then the WNBA as a whole, it's just so cool. I mean, finally, right? As a woman who's, again, like you said, played in high school, played in college, and when I was playing, it wasn't necessarily making headlines. It was kind of just like a back burner sport, but to see it be the front burner sport, and to see all eyes on the women's game right now, it's something special to witness for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely grown so much in the past even 5 years, right? And you said at UNLV, UNLV is known for the men's basketball team back in the 90s and that championship run, and then Tark and all that. And no disrespect to the men's team, but recently, it's the women's team that is carrying UNLV's name right now, and they're winning. And what was that? They won 3 in 4 years, or was it 3 back-to-back?
3 back-to-back, yeah.
And so it's just it's finally time that people put respect on their name. And
I love that Josh Pastner, the head coach of the Reading Rebels, he'll be the first to tell you that. He's
he says that he has to live up to Lindy LaRocque.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's how it should be, he understands that they've built their name up at UNLV, and they deserve that respect from all the fans, and UNLV needs to be going to these games more for both
100%.
teams. And then like I said, so something happened recently with the Aces. I was gonna say that Asia Wilson she has this aura, she's right there on top of superstar talent next to all these other players in the NBA, and Caitlin Clark as well. But then recently, what was it, the other night, the Aces, after playing Indiana, Chelsea Gray gets a text message from a fan that's very disrespectful and racist, straight up racist. Yeah. And she does, I feel like, maybe players are told not to do this, but she puts the guy on blast, puts on her story, and he loses his job. I mean, did you look at that situation at all, and what was your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, overall, obviously, looking at the context and it being racially motivated, and not only racially motivated, but being flat out ignorant, racist, right? What he said was not okay, and it's just very telling of, keyboard warriors, right? People get behind their phones, get behind their keyboards, and think that they can say whatever they want because these are professional athletes, but that's the farthest thing from the truth, right? These are humans. And I love that Chelsea Gray was like, absolutely not. If you want to say those things to me, and you think that it's in a DM or whatever, and those nasty words that you used, I'm putting you on blast, right? I absolutely love that. And I actually didn't know. I just learned. I didn't know he lost his job.
Yeah, he lost his job.
Good.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like people, because of the phones and the way social media is nowadays. I was actually just arguing with my friend because this goes back to Argentina, but he's saying how like he thinks people care more about Argentina's like corruption. He doesn't believe it's corrupted because he's a Messi fan, and he thinks like people give them more crap than Germany in 2014. I'm like, yeah, but social media wasn't as prevalent back then. It's so much easier to spew hate, or let's just say this is to spew hate online. It's so much easier just get on your phone and text someone like that and say something nasty because you feel like, oh, they're not going to see it, and if they do see it, they're not going to do anything about it. Some random behind the phone, they're not going to come press me. But then, he gets put on blast on those stories, and I think, that's what these athletes need to start doing, because it's more than it's not even always just racism, but a lot of people want to say rude things just because someone sold their parlay, and who cares about your parlay? Like, yeah, it sucks, but this guy doesn't care about your parlay. He's just playing the game, and if they lost, they lost. Like, so I feel like more athletes want to do that, and they should start doing it, because it's about time that we see fans get repercussions for saying crazy stuff online. Like
100%. I mean, like the death threats for missed field goals and stuff like that. Like,
it's just the game. At the end of the day, it's just the game. Like,
and if you're that into it where you're putting money and, like you mentioned, the sports betting, like that's on you.
Yeah.
Like if you're going and
you should know the risk.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I think it's just important to remember, and I think it's a great example. And just these are humans with families and kids and wives and husbands, and we look at the people put these athletes on pedestals and think they're since they are professional athletes and they're making all these millions, that I can say these things and they're untouchable, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like, we're all just out here trying to live, right? We're all just trying to make it, whether we are a millionaire or not. We're all human, and I'm so glad, again, you just broke that news for me, because I didn't know he lost his job. So that's great.
Those repercussions need to happen. Like, you can't just the internet needs to start learning that they can't just say whatever they want, because it's to a point where it's getting too crazy. Even for journalists, like you're taught, I feel like at UNLV they taught us, don't, I forgot which professor taught me this, or maybe they had a guest come in. They're like, what would you do if you got an email saying that they didn't like your opinion? Would you respond? Would you do this? And they're like, don't say anything. Maybe you told us this. And even now, I mean, just clips that we post from our show here, I get comments of people like, these guys are stupid. And I'm like, and I've had to learn to not respond to them, because me, I naturally like to debate. I like to argue. Yeah. And so I'll be in the comments arguing. And if it's about sports, it's fine. But then, like, this one guy was like, that made no sense what they said. And I was like, yeah. And I responded and said, I can see what you're saying. Like, your argument makes sense. And then he goes, yeah, maybe we should have a podcast instead of those guys on there. And I go, I responded and said, I hope you know I am the guy in the video. But thank you.
Well, this is the thing, too, is you have to remember, like, for you, for instance, those hate comments, it's not directed at you guys. It's people who are, like, on their couch in their parents' basement who haven't really done anything, right? Yeah. So they hate themselves. So they take it out on people online.
That's true.
Literally, that's how I have to remember it, is like him saying we should do our own podcast. Well, then do it. Don't be lazy. If you think you do it, then you're jealous that I'm out here actually doing it, right? And so a lot of times those comments where they're keyboard warriors or they're, on their phone or whatever, it's people that genuinely are unhappy with themselves, so they take it out on other people. And that's whenever I like see hate comments or something rude, I'm like, I feel bad for you. Like, because like that's sad that you're going out of your way to like make fun of someone that you've never met. It's clearly coming from your the way you see yourself and how you're unhappy with that. So you just have to remember that. Like, and honestly, when you're getting hate comments, you made it. Like, right? Like, that's
I love them. It's just free engagement. I'm like, yes.
Exactly.
Yes, people have not enough to comment. Then I feel like gets you, it's kind of a bad practice, but then it kind of makes you want to like post rage bait content. And I try my best not to, but I feel like even with them, they feel like I'm rage baiting all the time. But I'm a Cowboys fan, so of course
it's hard for us.
There's a big Cowboys sign behind you. Oh
gosh,
I know. I'm trying hard for you. I got one Steelers thing up there.
Yes.
I have a Steelers helmet right there in front of you.
It's signed by Terry
did you put that out for me?
No, it's open there.
That's mine. I got that up for
you.
you.
And it's signed by Terry?
Yes.
The original TB12? I love that.
The original TB12.
Did you grow up like a Steelers fan and all Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
so I know, but I'm just asking.
Yeah, so
she doesn't give her biased fan base agenda a lot.
Right.
So.
You know what's funny is
great journalist.
So like when I was growing up, it was Pirates, Penguins, Steelers through and through. But you'll see when you're in the industry long enough, like you just become like, I don't remember the last time I watched a Steeler game, which is crazy because when I was growing up, it was like I couldn't miss a Steeler game. It's like I don't know. It's interesting. I will always root for the Steelers, the Pirates, the Penguins, always. But I'm not as like when I was growing up and like younger, like you guys, diehard. Like couldn't miss a game. Always cheering for them. Silver and black. Got my terrible towel. I mean, I have it hanging in my office. But yeah, always being from Pittsburgh or outside of Pittsburgh. That's where my fandom will always.
Yeah, that's how I feel now. Like I'm slowly getting there. Obviously, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, but you know, as I'm applying for Raiders jobs, I used to hate the Raiders, but now like I'm slowly like liking the Raiders, and as I go cover these games, I'm rooting for them, and but I don't think I could ever admit that I'm not like anything else but a Cowboys fan.
Well, I was just back home in Pittsburgh visiting my family, and I made the mistake of wearing some of my Raiders gear, and they were like, "Take it off, take it off."
Yeah.
And I was like, the Raiders are so good to UNLV, like they
are.
So I'm like, I gotta rep them. Like, this is a team that like wants to be involved with the students and help them make that next step. So I'm repping the team that has my students back. I'm sorry. My family's like, gross, get that off. It was funny.
I do have a Pittsburgh question for you.
Okay.
Calientes or Posties?
Ooh, Posties.
Posties.
Yeah.
I'm a Posties guy.
Yes. Okay, good.
Definitely.
Good.
Order
No
those.
idea. What is that?
There are two pizza places in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Are they good?
They're both very good, but I prefer.
I'm interested in going out to Pittsburgh for my cousins are actually all Steelers fans.
Oh,
I have no
how
idea
did that
why.
happen?
I know exactly why actually, because their dad, my uncle and his family, when they came from Cuba to the U.S., the Steelers were the best team in the country.
That's
So they bandwagoned because his family lives in Miami, so I don't know why they're not Dolphins
Yeah, that's
fans.
so random.
And then the only one that does make sense is like one of the in-laws they married is from Pittsburgh. He's a white guy from Pittsburgh, so he is an actual. What do you guys call yourself?
Yinzers.
Yinzer.
Oh, you say this too? I thought it was just.
Yeah.
It's everyone from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's a yin. Would I say that? He's a yins.
He's a Yinzer.
He's a yinzer.
Yinzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a yinzer. I'm
So,
asking
like,
him if he knows what
It
that
comes
means.
like, you know how people from the South will say y'all? And then
I say y'all. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's because my mom's from Texas, but I say y'all.
Okay, and then like a lot of people will say you guys.
Like that's
People
weird to
in
me. I say
Pittsburgh
y'all.
will be Pittsburgh. People in
You
Pittsburgh will
yins.
say yins. Let's
He
go.
said that in.
I've kept it in my
camera, and I'm like,
vocabulary.
what is he talking about?
We just had like a little family reunion. My other sister lives in New Orleans now, so she made these little koozies that said "Yinzers on the Bayou," and yeah, it was really cool. We were rocking them pretty hard.
I knew a few people from Philadelphia when I was when I lived in Denver. I had two friends who were from the same high school. Actually, they went to Kobe's high school.
Dang.
Lower Merion?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lower Marion.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
No,
I
you're
just
good.
got really excited.
Yeah, so they both went there, and they would.
Marcus on the audio is like, chill.
Turn it down. But he would always say, "Young Bulls." Young Bulls. He always said "Young Bulls."
That's a Philly. There's a few other Philly
Yeah.
things that I probably can't
John?
repeat on this
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
John's
John.
a
That was
big
one.
one.
He always. I would. I would
Jimmy's.
Jimmy's are
but
sprinkles.
that's also Pittsburgh. I know that.
Oh, really? I've never. So
It's Pittsburgh and Philly.
it kind of like is intertwined because when I was in Philly interning, yeah, I learned about Jimmy's and maybe
You ever ride on SEPTA?
SEPTA? Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't even notice you were rocking that shirt.
I'm a
That's
big
all.
fan.
What is SEPTA?
It's just the public transportation. In
Oh, you
Philadelphia.
ever read on SEPTA?
I had a T-shirt on earlier that says I'm inclined to love Pittsburgh because of the incline. And
Oh.
I should have rocked that.
The incline.
Pittsburgh's beautiful. It's surrounded by mountains, so
So
you
when
can.
you visit,
So are we, but it's like
No, but
Ours-
they're like beautiful green
yeah,
hills.
there's nice. Everywhere
it's-
is nicer than Vegas.
well,
dude.
when you
Yeah.
visit Pittsburgh, you have to ride the incline, and it's basically you ride
Okay.
up to.
Oh, I see
it's
now.
Now
I see,
Washington.
I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying I want to go. My cousin's been talking about when the Cowboys play that we want to go to a game. They all went for a game a couple of years ago. Where it was like I think it was Ravens Steelers Sunday Night Football.
Ooh.
Or Monday night.
electric.
And it was like snowing. They said I was like, dang, dude, that looked fun. So,
Yeah.
but I heard the food. They told me the food is not good out there.
In Pittsburgh?
They said it's unseasoned.
It depends where you go, because I went to
But my
Primanti
cousins
Bros.
are
I
picky.
think that's kind of overrated.
100%. It's one of those things
It's the big
where
tourist attraction.
I mean, but you have to try it, right? When you're
Yeah.
out there. Unseasoned, really?
Yeah, but there's even though they're like
That's how I
Cuban,
feel
they are
about
so
Vegas.
picky.
It's, I mean, yes, on the strip,
Whoa.
you can.
No, that's disrespectful. On the strip, well, what do you like? What type of food though?
I'm just saying,
We're talking
like,
barbecues or like Mexican food or like.
okay, no, I'm saying I think that the cuisine in Vegas, there's definitely some really good spots, right? But Vegas is known as a melting pot, right? Similar
Mm-hmm.
to New York. But I think where there's not like, like Chicago, deep dip. Like you think of certain cities and there's food tied to that city.
Yeah,
there's not
we don't have
food.
that.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
I'd give a sushi.
What?
I've had even
Marcus
Marcus.
to say something.
The best sushi I've ever had in my life was in Chinatown.
I mean, maybe I don't eat sushi that much, but I wouldn't say that sushi is
So what would you guys
Vegas
like? Okay,
staple.
so if you, since you guys are locals, if you had a friend coming into town and they were like, what
We're
do
going
we have
to
to eat?
we're going to In-N-Out probably.
bro. Get
You
out.
can't claim In-N-Out though.
no.
Didn't In-N-Out
In-N-Out's
start
Cali.
in California?
It did.
And that's
Okay.
Cali, and it sucks.
Didn't you go to In-N-Out like after my class every day?
Stop. They gave me that award, most likely to eat or to spend all your money in and out, and I was so mad because I like, if you ask my cousins, I'm like the biggest in and out hater. I hate it.
Wait, so you would just go and hang out? Because like I would see
I would
you,
go eat, but
you
like,
guys would make fun of me because I would
Yeah.
park in there
yeah, I
and
was
you
about
guys
to
would
say,
see
I wasn't
me.
gonna expose you like that, but no, like it's because like they always wanted to go to In and Out. Like Maya always wanted to go
So
to
you
In
were
and Out.
just there for the vibes. You wouldn't order
I would go because they
anything.
forced me. They wanted to get In and Out, so I wasn't gonna be like, no,
Forced.
I don't want it. I don't
That
want
sounds horrible.
Like, I'd
Ariel,
eat it.
being forced to go.
And
to
to be
In-N-Out.
fair, the school like that In and Out is probably the best one in Vegas because
Oh, they taste different.
yes, because
This
the
is
one I go
weird.
to on Sunset here is terrible. That's
Oh.
probably why I hated it for so long.
Okay.
That one sucks.
The one on Eastern's pretty good.
So wait, you
Ron
guys
St.
still
Rose
have
is pretty
yet
good.
to answer
Yeah,
my
I was gonna say.
question.
Oh,
What's
okay.
the food that is tied to Vegas? What is it?
Ooh, baby stacks is fire.
It's a Filipino pancake.
But the thing is, like, there's no dish that is like that's a Vegas thing. 'Cause,
No.
like, Philly has a Philly cheesesteak. Cali, like the thing is, Cali people swear like their Mexican
Breakfast
food's the
burritos,
best.
I've heard, is a big.
Yeah,
California
I guess.
thing.
Well, burritos is kind of a Cali thing because
Yeah.
to me, I don't consider burritos like a Mexican dish. I think that's Mexican American. That's
Yeah.
very Cali. But like what's from Pittsburgh? Then that's a Pittsburgh. Food.
Yeah, Permani bros,
Yeah.
putting coleslaw on a sandwich and calling it food.
Ugh.
Or what's
That's
funny
gross.
is in Northwest PA, like I grew up. This is hilarious, and it just so Northwest PA through and through. I grew up putting French fries on salad, and I thought that was normal.
That's just croutons.
And then I leave, I go to school in New Jersey and I'm there piling French fries on my salad and I find out it's just a Northwest Pennsylvania thing. And so this is actually really funny. So you guys have covered a Raider game, right?
Yeah.
And you notice how they feed the media and they try to, whatever team they're playing, they try to feed the
yeah.
cuisine. So when the Steelers were coming to town, when I was still full-time in the media, a bunch of media members were like, what are they going to serve? What are they going to serve? And I made the joke. I go, I bet you there's going to be French fries in the salad. There's going to be Permani Brothers sandwiches. And, we have a very big Polish population in Pittsburgh. So pierogies and like that,
That's a big thing.
huge. So Pittsburgh's really known for pierogies. So I was like, and pierogies. Literally, they had salad with potatoes in it. Not even French fries. They put full on potatoes. There was little sandwiches with coleslaw and pierogies. And I was like, this is hilarious. This is literally the food I grew up on. So
Dang. Yeah, I think you have a point. Like
You said
Vegas
dang.
doesn't. I said dang. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna lie,
those are-
Pittsburgh food isn't like there's great places,
Yeah.
but
Well,
the stereotypical is not my favorite.
yeah. Well, you named all those types of food, and that's why I assume my cousins didn't like because they're so picky. They
Yeah.
they only eat. Bro, my cousin pulls cheese off his pizza. Like he's the
That's
worst.
yeah,
ridiculous.
we're not. Yeah, they can't.
Yeah,
have
no.
2 cents into good
So I'm
food.
sure
Yeah.
even their parents are the same. So like when we went to Miami with them, all I had was Cuban food, and I was so over it. Like Cuban food's good,
Yeah.
but like as a as a Mexican, like to me Mexican food is the best. Like nothing compares.
True.
Next, close to that is Chinese food. Like I do kind of.
So wait, would you tie? So Vegas is obviously known for steakhouses. Would you guys tie like a steakhouse to be known? to
even
Vegas?
What? But
Which
like,
one?
but like what? Like
The
Hell's
Golden
Kitchen.
Sphere for sure.
I've heard good things
Sphere.
about that place. I've never had it.
How are
and
you
I'm a
guys
huge steak-
locals?
We don't go down
I'm
to the
broke.
strip or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
locals,
Gold-
that's what I'm saying. We don't go there.
Well,
like,
Golden Sphere is kind of off the beaten.
I know where
path,
it is.
off
It's like
Sahara,
in the-
right? Sahara and it's off Sahara, right?
it's like in this weird like
Yeah.
corner, right?
But it's like an old school joint.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I used to drive by on my way to work when I'd work at the
Yeah.
North Outlets.
Maybe that's where we'll do the celebratory.
If you'll pay for it, because I am way too broke for
Actually, I do know a Vegas staple. It's the steak and eggs. That is the big thing.
that. Steak and eggs is a Vegas thing.
In every casino because it's like the graveyard
Oh.
thing. They sell cheap steak and eggs, so
Wait,
everybody
do they
goes
not
in there
do
and
that
gambles.
in other
It's a loss
places?
leader.
Okay,
It's mainly at the Vegas casinos.
Oh, because I definitely eat steak and eggs here and there.
for sure.
Oh, I never thought about that. That makes
But
sense then.
It's like
Yeah.
I guess
Or buffets, but buffets. be
Oh,
buffets
like-
that's
were the
good.
big thing,
That's a
but there's
good
not
one.
even that many
yeah,
buffets
after
anymore.
COVID,
They
like
kind of-
I
ruined
still
it.
miss sweet tomatoes.
Oh, I remember. You were
They-
telling me about
they
that. I
had
never
that-
ate it, but
The
I've-
one up on Flamingo? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it was on Stephanie. It was literally
Yeah,
right down the street.
I
from
know
here.
where it was. Remember
Yeah.
CC's Pizza?
Yeah,
Is that no more too?
That's
no
no
more.
Oh.
They got rid of all the good. buffets.
Yeah, but like Fiesta was the one. That was the best buffet as a kid.
I don't know if you.
To me though, so my big argument with food is like Californians always say they have the best Mexican food.
Yeah.
And to me, I think so many people disrespect Vegas Mexican food. You just have to know, like, it's because they go to Tacos del Gordo. That's the worst. Unless they want to
There's
give me a
one of those
sponsorship.
on every
but, like,
stop. Like,
I hate when they're like, oh, if you're gonna go to Vegas, you have to have Tacos del Gordo. It's overpriced and it's like the most basic tacos.
but don't
like,
they have like a Taco Tuesday?
I don't
Pretty
care.
cheap.
There's
I don't care.
there's a place right down the street here. Chatos Tacos is really good, and then
Do you
next
like
to the
Lindo's?
school, Lindo's like my childhood.
Yeah.
Lindo Michoacan.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites to go
That
to.
is my childhood spot. That was right. My grandma lived right behind it, so we would literally walk there all the time.
That's fun.
But that one's more like a gourmet. Like that's a sit down nice. When I say Mexican food, it's like a street taco.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like you have to go to like
Roberto's.
Casa. No, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
No, but you know
Like
that
Casa,
place
Casa de
that we
Sabor
went
right there
to,
by yeah.
Yeah.
That's like to me that is one of the best tacos in
and that
Vegas.
place is really good.
That place. Have you ever had that?
No.
Try it. It's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah, it's only like a minute drive from
It's
UNLV.
right. It's right by
Wait,
UNLV.
really?
Like right by that gas station
Yeah.
on
On
Tropicana.
Tropicana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's multiple spots, but that's one
Oh,
of the
okay.
main
I'll
ones. That's pretty
try
good.
it.
But I think that's all we have for today, guys. So
Yeah, we
We
got
were all
the
over the
signal.
place.
yeah, like
I
good
liked it,
topics.
though. That
was
was
a fun
fun.
one. Yeah. Well, producer Marcus, if you want to take my camera, he never takes my camera, bro. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for Kevaney for joining us today.
So
and
fun. Thanks
thank
for
you,
having
Justin,
me.
for coming. Yeah, thank you guys.
Bring me back. Don't
Yeah.
make this a one and done.
Oh, let's do it.
We can
Yeah.
actually talk like sports too.
Yeah,
We don't just have to
once
talk
football
about
comes back, because that's my main one. But thank you guys for watching the Huddle. And again, I am your host, Ariel Meza. We're going to catch you guys next week. We're going to be talking, I think, like top 10 quarterbacks for the next season. I know this guy's
Yeah,
going to be ready.
that's going to be messy.
Yeah, he's going to be mad at my answers for sure. But we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Peace out.